opportunity to talk about how the macro environment globally, but also, this term is being used a lot for Pakistan these days, the poly crisis in Pakistan, right? Because it's a crisis on many fronts, politically, economically, just what Pakistan is going
Environmentally.
through environmentally is massive. So when you think about all of those things, that's really impacting, and I see this as, an investor, our portfolio companies are seeing this as well. It's like Pakistan has become a pretty dirty word in investing conversations. Right now, people just don't want to touch the market. How are you guys at Gates and also specifically at SIF? How do you continue to see the market right now? It's obviously not just Pakistan within, I'm sure, your portfolio that is being impacted by the global slowdown. So, how are you guys looking at all of it right now? And what's your outlook that you'd like to share with the audience here, who I'm sure are all worried about it?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, yeah, it's not just Pakistan, right? We work in a lot of countries where, I mean, everywhere right now, the macroeconomic environment presents a very difficult investment environment. And so our work in many countries in Nigeria, in East Africa, in Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh are all impacted. India, all impacted. And I mean, overall, what I will say is, with a population of 230 million, and a relatively low GDP per capita, I mean, the opportunity in a country like Pakistan to come in and really solve big problems and serve the market sustainably when you solve those problems is massive. I mean, the demographics of the country have not changed, and so that is why we were working in Pakistan, over the past 12 years, and that's why we will continue to work in Pakistan. And it is a priority for the Gates Foundation. And as I think a lot of people saw, Bill was just there last year, and he reiterated that it's a priority for the Gates Foundation, and we will continue to work here. I do think that as an investor, right, I used to be a program officer who made grants, and that's a very different side of the Gates Foundation. As an investor, I in some ways very much can understand and relate to the hesitation that people now have in putting money in the country. I mean, the central bank won't even allow foreign currency reserves to exit the country, right? So as an investor, there are significant concerns if the company is headquartered and based with a bank account in Pakistan, like how they would get any foreign funds out. And so there's basic concerns like that. I think also just there's this kind of herd mentality where as investors start to exit, companies start to lose access to funding options, and then they need to slow their growth, and therefore they need to slow their spend. And that herd mentality starts to lead you into this kind of cycle of reducing your burn, and therefore reducing your growth, and therefore kind of reducing what you have to show to the remaining potential investors in country, what you're capable of doing at scale. And so I think that right now I'm going to acknowledge that we are in a very difficult time, and I think that a lot more companies are probably going to have to shut the lights off. And I think that that's just the reality of a very weak funding environment. And so that does not mean that we have left the country. We still come in and out, and I plan on being there later this year. We're still traveling alongside our program officers who work very hard in country with our grantees. And so we are still doing a lot of grant making work in the country, and we're looking for creative ways to partner with companies in this economic downturn where they may not be getting, significant check sizes to accelerate growth, at rapid speeds, but they may be able to get access to some financing in order to demonstrate that they have a viable, product that fits the market. And I think there's still massive opportunity which is why I'm still bullish on Pakistan, but I do think it's going to be still some time before we see the re-entry of foreign investors writ large.
Yeah.